had to do to just talking about the money model defined.
Yeah.
And so there's probably not a whole lot to build from that. But if I sent you the one where we actually talked about win your money back, that would be a specific
Mm-hmm.
about a technique that you could probably go and build something with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me share that section with you. Okay, I just sent you the bullet points for win your money back. Has a core idea or origin story. So I don't know how familiar you are with this section in the book, but at least this could kind of help you organize the thing. There's a short list and then a kind of flushed out list for the bullet points at the top of the screen or at the top of that doc. I don't know if that's helpful or if you want to just do something that that you could do off the cuff today just so we can get through it.
Okay.
Because you ought to have a chance to review the thing before you actually do your broadcasting.
Okay. Now I've got you. Let me send you another message here.
Okay.
Okay. This is a link to the actual. All right. So let me send you. Okay. I just sent you the link. It's the
What's that?
actual. It's the live stream on YouTube, so you can see
Uh
that
huh.
going.
Oh, okay. Cool. That's funny. Okay.
Bit of a delay. Okay. Mm, okay. All right. So let me see. Because right now you are in the bottom right corner.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I want to do something else. Let's see.
Is this going out live now and you're recording also?
Yes. Well, I'm not. Oh, yeah. Exactly.
So we'll actually have a copy of this interview, this broadcast when we're finished, because
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'll need to use that to do the YouTube thing.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see. Okay, so screen one. All right, so screen one in DSLR, it thinks that I want it to be you. Why does it think I want it to be you? All right, let's see. Why does it think I want it to be you?
If we get this set up right, we could do this with the Jared. All three of us could be on. We could
Okay.
actually do a podcast from this.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. So right now it's got a video of me. Now it's got a video of you. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to say solo is you. Solo is me. Battle around in the big canoe. Why does it think that I want you is screen one? Let's make a new scene. This is going to say interview. And in the interview, I'm going to have it be CamLink.
Sounds like the kids are gone.
Yeah, so yeah, it sure does, doesn't it?
Kind of like having a herd of farm animals
Yes, that's exactly right.
that live in your house with you.
Yeah, that's
I
exactly
remember
what it
when we
sounds
were
like.
I remember when we were raising calves out there in Syracuse. Had 10 acres out there, and Dad would buy a calf every now and then, thinking he's going to get in the cattle business. It'd be a baby, little, little tiny baby, cute little thing. I was about 11, 12 years old. And I was thinking it's a pet. Of course, he grew up on a farm himself, so he wasn't thinking it was a pet. And so during one winter, it was really super cold, and we were afraid that the little calf out in the barn was going to freeze to death. So I suggested bring it in the house. And Dad looked at me like I had lost my mind.
How funny.
He says, "Well, if it dies, it dies." And I said, "What? You just bought it. You just got it. You're going to let it die?" And he would
Funny.
bring it in. It's kind of funny.
Interview.
Yeah, I could see this could be some powerful stuff. What we're doing here, what we're getting started here. You can interview all kinds of people.
Oh yeah, if you just figure out how to do the dang thing.
Well, I bet you by the fifth time we've got it figured out.
All right, so with this one we got this primary display, secondary, tertiary. Let's see. All right, so that is that. Okay, so this is going to be screen 1. Okay, so that's that. Okay. All right, I'll put it on my beautiful face. So, what do you see on your end when in the interview style? Is it just
Well,
screen
a
seeing
big
whatever I'm
screen of
showing?
just, yeah, there's you, and then I've got a little picture of me down in the bottom left-hand row.
Are you seeing just like my whole thing of my face, or are you seeing my website on there?
Oh, I see all the placards in the back, yeah.
But not because I'm displaying my website on my screen. You're not seeing my screen.
No, no, that I do not see.
Mm.
Well, something happened. Sounds like we're in a submarine
Yeah, exactly.
doing sonar.
That's the primary.
I remember when I first learned how to do a switcher. That was a similar kind of thing here. There were so many screens up there. Man, you have to get real familiar with it, or you won't be able to do it automatically. And so it just takes some familiarity with these different panels, different screens. We'll be all right with Ecamm.
Okay. Now on YouTube, do we see your face? Let's see.
I don't know how we know that.
There's a bit of a delay. Let's see.
Should I open YouTube?
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, no, you're
Oh,
on there.
oh, YouTube Daily. Okay. All right, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let me try sending. Let me try clicking disconnect. Let me try clicking on the link and seeing if I can add my phone as another device or another thing. All right, so now it's ringing here. All right, mute. Okay, done. Let me put this right here. Guest is in green room. Do you know what the green room is?
It's just a waiting. It's probably the room, the screen right before you go live with it.
There's.
It looks like there's quite a bit. It looks like there's quite a bit of delay in the YouTube presentation. I still have on my screen that's playing live on YouTube. I still have my not. I still have my glasses on. Now I can.
Now do you see three of them?
Well, I still. Can you hear the play on YouTube?
Yeah, well, I have it on mute, but I can hear you. What do you see on your screen? Do you see three panels?
No, I just see one with you in the little window at the bottom and me in the big window, and then on the left screen I have you in your studio.
But when you're looking at the YouTube live stream, are you seeing three panels? Two of them, one's you.
No, on YouTube, no. That's all I see. Just one.
Is yours?
Well, wait a second. Let me scroll up. No, stop boost. Nope, that's the ads. No.
Am I moving in that?
Yeah. That's playing. It's live.
And you only see one thing in there.
Right. Yeah. It switches back and forth. I'm on the screen now, still having my clock.
Give me just a second. Let me come in there.
You refresh that.
Refresh what this? Sounds like somebody's going somewhere. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Oh, so that's only that's only a few seconds delay because that showed you leaving coming in here. How interesting. So this is what I see on your side for what you're doing, and this is what the published part on YouTube looks like.
And you have the share screen mute and use your options.
Yeah. What's that? It's not live. Oh yeah, now it is. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. Man, this is really interesting. This is cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
I can see all kinds of possibilities now that we've seen what we're doing here.
Yeah, okay, let me take.
We can actually do it. We can actually do live podcasts from this without having to ever leave our studio.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now, how do I take the two off without green room? Okay. Where's the green room? Remove from green room. What happens? Interview chat. All right, let me put something in the chat here. Can you look and see what the chat looks like on your end?
Yeah, I don't see anything in there yet. Top chat. Oh, wait, let me get my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Top chat, nothing. Chat.
Is there no comment from me in the chat?
Not yet. I just sent you a chat. Did you see something?
Yeah, mine in the interview chat says hi, Dave.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I don't see that.
Now you're looking at the Ecamm screen, right? Not the YouTube screen. So on the right hand side of the thing, remember how there was that little chat icon you clicked on and it had a pop up that showed comments and chat?
Yeah. I didn't send my chat from there. I sent the chat from the YouTube window.
Oh, I see the one on YouTube. Can you look at the one on Ecamm?
Yeah, I don't see how I can do a chat from the wait, comments up there. Guest chat. Oh, okay. If I click the chat, the guest chat, then your hi dad comes up. If I have the comments tab at the top click, then it shows my comments. Oh, okay. So in the Ecamm window, the chat little icon that I clicked opened that panel up on the right screen, the right sidebar. And if I have comments, I see my comments I've sent to you. And if I click the guest chat, that's your comments sent to me. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dominate your local market. Don't fail. Don't fall into the agency trap.
Are you looking at that on YouTube or on the Ecamm
Yeah,
side?
on YouTube.
Okay.
Is that what you set up?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Cool.
All
So,
right.
okay. Now I have the ability to send a chat in the Ecamm window.
Oh, good.
Let's see here. Whoa, that's really loud.
Oh, it was? Sorry.
Yeah, that startled me. Yeah. I mean, not that it's concerning me, but it might be a little loud for the audience. That's kind of funny.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's a little better, but not much.
Okay. They have all these. They have some sound effects on here.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, this is really cool, man. That was good.
Air horn. Let me turn that one way down.
Of course, my ears.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh man, this is great.
Glockenspiel. What does that sound like? Oh, nice. I'll turn these all way down.
Oh man, that was a shock. That was good. That's
awesome.
better.
That's great.
How many sound effects are there?
It looks like there's by default 6. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and looks like you can add new ones as well.
Cool. I know that when I listened to Rush Limbaugh, he had 2 or 3 very subtle sounds, but were very unique to what he did. So he'd have those things pop up every once in a while, just to catch your attention. It's kind of funny.
Interesting. Like the old one where he would do.
Yeah. He would do that, and he had a little water dribble thing that would do a little boop, 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 boop. But
Oh,
it was very
interesting.
unique. That sound on his radio show was the only time I'd ever heard it.
Oh, interesting. All right, so it looks like YouTube is streaming just fine. Let me close that screen so it's not distracting.
Well, that dominate your local market on that one there, is that the icon that they would see? Is that the thumbnail people would see to click on it if they wanted to join it?
Yeah, so it looks like um, in interview, you see me but not my screen, unless I can figure out how to show my screen. Maybe I have to do that some other time. Okay, so it looks like there's a comments and a chat. Okay. Oh, comments is probably from YouTube. Okay, all right. Well, maybe we should get on with it, I guess.
Yeah, might as well. We've got about an hour and 10 minutes left.
Gosh, we've been going for 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Poor people. Okay, all right. So here is the idea. So what I was thinking. So just context for people that might watch in the future. So I sell a product called 20-Minute Leads, and I think it's amazing. It teaches you how to do Facebook ads for local businesses because it takes exactly 2 brain cells to make Facebook ads work for local businesses. However, people are scared of Facebook ads. I know I was for a long time. I didn't know what to do. I get into the ads manager. It was really intimidating and overwhelming. Let me just put this where it's only me. It was really intimidating and overwhelming. And if you make a mistake, it costs tons of money, and so it's really scary. It feels like the stakes are really high, and so you just feel this pressure to have to do it, make it perfect right now. And so a lot of times it's better to just not even try. Okay, so one of the things about Facebook ads is it's changing all the time. And in the beginning, Facebook ads was mostly used by local businesses, and it wasn't that hard. It was cheap, no big deal. But over time, as more online businesses started using it, and as more local businesses started using it, and the targeting got more advanced, the cost just went up and up and up, and it's crazy. Fortunately for local businesses, it doesn't have to be like that, which is why I made the course. Unfortunately, a little while ago, Alex Hormozy, who is probably one of the best marketers on the internet, one of the best business people on the internet, he released a book called Money Models, $100 Million Money Models, and he had a live webinar where he launched the book. He did $106 million in sales during the launch. He made over $100 million in the first 24 hours, which was insane, absolutely crazy. I mean, nobody in our industry had ever done anything even remotely close to that. So it was sort of like, like you could say it was breaking the 4-minute mile, but it was basically like breaking the 10-second mile. It was such an order of magnitude different than anything that had ever happened before, that it was just crazy. And so when I got the book, I started going through the book. I watched his online training. It just became painfully obvious to me that it was the best it was the best training on how to make money that has ever been released ever. He does about $250 million a year in sales across his different businesses. And he came through and he released all the strategies that he uses to make the money. And so everybody that teaches courses, teaches you how to make money online, he just basically came in and took all of them and put them in the garbage can, including mine. And so I have decided to make a strategic pivot to rather than feeling afraid and defenseless like most internet marketers are. You can go and check out popular internet marketer channels, and everybody's freaking out and how, Hormozy this and these are the problems and my method's really the best. I mean, he did $100 million in sales in 24 hours. Most people that are gurus have never done $100 million in sales in their entire life. And so he basically just spank the entire industry and prove that he was the best. And so I have decided that rather than coming up with new things to try and do it better than him, I am going to just have it be where I'm going to help people implement that program, because it is obviously better than anything that I've ever made, it's better than anything anybody has ever made. And so there's not really much point in doing it going forward. There are some things, like in his books, he doesn't really teach, in his $100 million money model, he doesn't really teach you how to do Facebook ads. In his book, $100 Million Leads, he teaches you that Facebook ads are important, but it's not necessarily the click here, this is how you make an ad set, this is how you make an ad, this is how you put it into Facebook ads. And so there is a disconnect between him teaching what is important and what to do versus how to actually do the thing. And so $20 million or 20-minute leads, the place that's going to occupy isn't necessarily, I'm teaching you how to make an offer and do Facebook ads. It's strictly going to be, this is what he teaches. 20-minute leads is how you implement that thing on Facebook. And then I'll have other modules and other classes about, this is what he teaches, this is how you do it. Okay, so that's sort of what the direction of the channel is going to be, as well as courses that we're going to be doing in the future, and also a 5-day workshop that we'll be rolling out here in the next couple weeks. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to figure out, what do we want this whole thing to be about? How do we want to structure it? How do we want to go do that going forward? So let's go to the actual training here. So he released the book, and with the book there was an accompanying training, which you can get by going to acquisition.com/training/money. And these are the modules. Okay, so let's go audiobook. There you go. So the basic idea is that if you do all of these things, no guarantees obviously in life, but if you do all these things, it is very unlikely that you will not be a millionaire. Very unlikely. No guarantees, but yeah. And so my channel is going to be taking this and showing people how to do it. So why don't we go ahead and start by just watching the first one. And again, this is available for free on acquisition.com. I do not own this. And so let me switch this here.
$100 Million Money Models, the training on how to make money. We're going to be covering all of this stuff in the next few hours together. You'll also notice that some of these things correspond with the chapters of the book, $100 Million Money Models. You'll also know that some of these things are not included in the book. And that is because some of these things are extras. They're Easter eggs. They're my gift to you for actually making it over to the internet, where you can watch with your eyeballs and listen with your earballs. I will have things that are additional to the book chapters that go in a little bit more depth, because with a book, you have to be super, super constrained in terms of attention. With videos, they can be a little bit more engaging. And so I cover a few more examples, a few different examples, and add in some chapters that I ended up cutting out in the final version. So enjoy. With that being said, let's get into context. Context. The purpose. So why does this book exist? The $100 Million Offers books answered the first question, what do I sell? Because if you have nothing to sell, there's nothing you can do. Now, from there, once you have something to sell, you need somebody to sell it to, because you still can't get money unless you have a person who gives you that money. Great. $100 Million Leads answer that question, which is how to get strangers to want to buy your stuff, which the subtitle of that is advertising, and the core 4 and lead getters and all the things we go into in that book. So why does Money Models exist? Well, Money Models exist between both of these books, which is how to monetize. If you have something to sell, and then you have people to sell it to, then you have okay, well, how do I get them to give me money? How do I get them to buy more stuff from me? How do I actually make a profit from this? And how do I profitably advertise in order to let even more people know? All of those questions were answered in this book. And to give you a little bit of backstory on this really quickly, I wrote this book first. And it was because this was my cookbook for making money. This was all the tricks that I knew about making a business make more money. But then I was like, okay, I can't wait to release this thing. And then I realized, oh shoot, unless they know how to advertise, they're not gonna be able to use any of the stuff in this book. So I was like, okay, I gotta start writing this book on leads and advertising. And as I was writing this book on leads and advertising, I was like, oh crap, if they don't have anything to advertise, they're not gonna be able to use this book. So then I had to write leads. So I ended up having to write 2 books in order to get to this 3rd book in the trilogy, which I'm excited to share with you now. So why do I write these books? This is a little Isaac Newton. If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants. And so my goal is to pass as much on to you as I possibly can and hopefully make you lots and lots of money. And maybe someday you hit me up and say, hey, can you invest in my company? And I'd be happy to do that. Otherwise, just make money. I'm going to die. So are you. And at least we can share some stuff. All right. Big picture, we're all here because other people in the past documented what they did for generations. We may not remember the names, but we do pass on the learnings. And so that's kind of my goal here. And so education is the greatest legacy of all. That's why I make all the stuff that I make. All right, and so consider the alternative. You live a life amassing education and then you die. And then everyone has to relearn what you learned. Everyone suffers what you suffered. What a waste of a life. And so I do this while I grow because I don't want to forget the little details at the end of my life. Because some people are like, oh, I'm going to document at the end. It's like, well, you're going to forget all the details by then. And so I try and make as much stuff as I can as I go up. Breadcrumbs, if you will. Simple skills are easy to teach. Complex skills often include some type of mentor or apprentice relationship for years to transfer knowledge. So think about like deal making, surgery, scientists. Those are things that usually are complex skills. But it's more so that there's just bundled terms that have many skills underneath of them. And so it's more that people have a harder time quantifying it than it is that they are complex versus simple. But the thing is that there's not very many apprenticeships for business. This is the problem, right? And so my books and my trainings are my attempt.
Loss of sound.
To mimic apprenticeship at scale.
Contact.
So here's the problem this book solves. Most advertising isn't profitable, AKA people lose money getting customers. And so let me explain how this works. Let's say you make $1,000 in profit per customer over the lifetime. So this would be a lifetime gross profit of $1,000. And it costs you $100 to get a customer. That's CAC, cost to acquire a customer, CAC. So LTGP is 1,000, CAC's 100, LTGP to CAC, which is a ratio, is 10 to 1, which means for every dollar you put in, you get $10 back out. Now you should make that trade every time. But what if you make the $1,000 in a bulk payment 12 months later? Well, shoot. So that means you put $100 out today and then you do all this work and then you get paid a year later. Ugh. Well, you should still make the trade, but you're going to have a lot of cash flow problems, right? So you have your -100 day 1 or month 0, and then you're still losing money all this time delivering to the customer. And then finally they pay at the end. It could be equally said that let's say if we had a 10-year LTV and someone paid you $100 a year for $8.33 a month for the next 10 years, you should totally make that deal. You're still not going to have any money even be profitable until month 13. You would either have to burn your own savings, which sucks. You'd have to burn other people's savings through debt and equity, meaning you sell portions of your business in order to get more cash. You do fundraising, right? Or you raise some sort of loan from a bank so that they can basically fund your business while you wait to get this money back from customers, which sucks and is hard. And I get it because I've been there. But the good news is there is a better way, which is door 3. Make more than $100 in profit in the first 30 days for this particular instance. And so this book is door 3. So if the problem is that most advertising is profitable, the solution is something I call client finance acquisition or customer finance acquisition. CFA is sometimes what I refer to it as. And the point of that is to make money faster. This enters the element of speed into the conversation, not just how much you spend, how much you make back, but how fast you make it back. Because how fast you make it back can be the thing that unlocks all the growth in your business or takes your business overnight. So, customer finance acquisition or client finance acquisition, CFA, is a process in which gross profit generated from a single client within the first
Sound went out again.
30 days is greater than the cost of acquiring that customer. So where gross profit, the extra cash that you make from somebody coming into your business from one customer in the first month is more than the cost of getting that customer. Now, if you're listening or following along from the book, this isn't in the book. And the reason for that is that every single of my proofreaders As soon as I start getting into math, they're like, I don't know if people are going to be able to like follow along with that. And so I ended up just cutting the math sections from the book, but they are here because it's important.
I kind of wonder if I'm not allowed to play other people's stuff. I'm just looking at this. It says you can't play content from other people on your YouTube stream without their permission. Copyright music, footage, or creative work from other channels or sources. To avoid this, use content you've created yourself, content with a Creative Commons license, or royalty-free music and footage, specifically licensed for use in live streams. So I don't think I'm allowed to actually play this stuff in here.
You think that's why it's going mute every little while?
No, I don't think so. But I do think that out of respect for Hormozi, I probably shouldn't do that. Let's see. What's the best way to proceed?
Well, then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to explain what he's explaining in your own words, so the idea gets out. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see. All right, let's just do this. Let's use the old chat Jeet. All right, let's see here. Field general, that's fun. Concept clarifiers, short breakdowns of each money model without reading the book aloud. Example titles, what Hormozi means by a value ladder. All right. You learn the models deeply by restating them, implementation walkthroughs, tactical step-by-step how-to videos. Oh, that's cool. Money model number 6. Share real stories from your own business's clients. That's an interesting idea. Case studies and experiments. Format each video. That's interesting. Okay. Each video can loosely follow this. Okay, so hook. Tie it into a business pane. Hormozi model context. Explain the principle at a high level. Okay. Implementation. How it works in the real world. Action steps. Give a takeaway they can apply today. Okay. All right, that's interesting. Okay. Okay. Okay, so here's kind of what I'm thinking. There's a lot to go over, so I don't think I can necessarily make a video covering multiple things. So maybe, see, I don't actually have my copy of the book anymore. Let me go see if I can get it. Give me just a minute. Oh. Okay, can you talk now?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So
Yep.
let me see if I can do an overlay on here. Overlay. New image. Screen share. No, that's not it. No, that one. All right, let's see here. All right. It's like you're on there now, Dad.
Oh, there I am. Ha!
Okay. So, contents of the book. All right. Let me take a screenshot of this here. Airdrop to me. Here is the content outline of the book. Okay. So there's multiple things that we're going to do here. The ultimate goal, let's see, the ultimate goal is an implementation challenge. So that is basically a 5-day workshop where people come and learn, or at least get an introduction into the overall strategy. And at the end, sign up for a full-blown signature course. Okay, so the lead sources would be 1, paid ads directly to a landing page. 2 would be YouTube channel to the landing page. 3 could be social media to the landing page. There needs to be a single entry point. I'd like to do a workshop/challenge every week. Rolling cohorts built in scarcity/urgency. let's just give it this. Let's see what it says. Yes. All right. All right. All right. Too long form. What would be the best way to do this? Let's see. Do lots of short ones, one long one. Let's see. What would be the most helpful for people? Lots of short videos or single long videos doing a deep dive on a topic. For example, for a let's say a free giveaway attraction offer, if we're going to explain it, what was it recommending up here? Where was that? Let's see. How to build a free giveaway funnel step by step. Both are valuable, but you don't want to force a 30-minute video onto someone who's just looking for a definition. Dual content. Works, step-by-step build, case study, shorter, You don't actually know somebody that does this. Let's see. this is a really good example right here. Megan Kelly. What she does, and this is a really interesting strategy. I've not really seen too many other people do this, but what she does is every day she does like a hour and a half video, and then they break it out into individual little clips, and they release it throughout the day. So like right here you see almost 3 hours, hour and 45, hour 42. But then they'll go out and take clips and release them as individual videos throughout the day. And so it's interesting because sometimes I'll watch it, and by the time the end of the day rolls around, you'd think, oh, you already watched all the clips. But I wonder if she does this because releasing them gets people geared up all day for the one that's coming out late at night. That might be interesting. If so, if I took... let me put this in here. Let's see, program. Let's see. Quality. So I spend the entire week researching, scripting, filming, and editing one killer deep dive. Sustainability, easier to maintain while running your business. Clipping, oh, and I could do clips too. That would be interesting. So I could create clips that I could release several times a day. 6 to 10 minute video that I could release every day, and then one long that I could release / live stream on Friday, which would then turn into a video that would be hosted permanently on the channel. That's an interesting idea. Premiere builds ritual and urgency. Viewers know Friday equals new live. Perfect. All right, let's see. Monday through Wednesday, research and script the deep dive. Thursday, film, record. Friday, rough cut and prepare for a drip. And then Monday through Thursday, we drip the clips throughout the week. Friday, we premiere the whole thing live. and then we turn it into a video. Oh, and I could promote it. That's a really great idea. Engage live in the chat, also genius. Week 2's video is dripping. You're producing week 3. Benefits of this system. Looks like daily output across 7. Oh, and I could take the clips and put them on all the other platforms. That would be cool. Okay. So how can I best create/film each of these videos such that I can turn them into a live shorter videos for daily publication, and shorts for YouTube, Reels, TikTok, etc. Be interesting to see if there's a way to just do all of them at the same time. Snippets. Plan the anchor video with repurposing in mind. Think of your recording as a modular script, not just one long stream. Hook, headline segments. Deliver strong 1 to 2 minute intros for each subtopic. Clear transitions. Pause, reset, re-intro each section. Makes clips easy to cut. This would be really interesting because then I'd spend the whole week preparing for one video. I'd record one video and I'd get shorts for all platforms, a daily video that you could release on YouTube, and then a live that we could do and get a full video out of it. That would be a really cool way to get the most out of a single video. Wide enough for cropping, okay. 3-point key light, I don't know what that has to do with it. Okay, so I got the hook, tension grabber, concept breakdown. Okay, so that would be a video demonstration. I can see how they're doing that. Show a real example, build a walkthrough, 10 to 12 minutes, case study, wrap up, and call to action. Post-production workflow, editor, VA tasks, weekly distribution. So you could be dropping multiple things daily across all platforms, drop a new video every day. I think this is just genius. What are your thoughts on this, Dad?
Well, basically, what you're doing here is it is genius in the sense that with AI available, you can take a topic like what you're doing and have them break it into modular scripts, and you'd have to train yourself to follow those modules to where you'd have a clean break in between each module, so they can be played all at one time or broken up into smaller clips. And that's a genius idea.
All right. Oh, cool. Okay, so monetize. My weekly workshop should probably cover, let's see, you can't cover the whole program in 1 week. Let's see, because that would need to be done in the course, which I won't have created, but I'd like to monetize anyways. A weekly workshop should probably have enough content following, let's see, what's his name? Pedro Adeo's program to justify the course purchase at the end. I haven't made the course, and I'm not currently an expert, other than I have 15 years of experience. I understand pretty much all of it really well, and I probably get it better than most people, but it recently was released, and I'm not an expert at everything. How can I monetize while becoming an expert? Getting ready for the weekly workshop and eventually making a course. Let's see what it says. Let's see. Workshop recordings, that's interesting. That would probably be a VIP upgrade. Oh, okay. 8 to 12 challenges, you'll have tested curriculum. You know what questions they ask. Tons of recordings, raw material, testimonial, social proof. Okay. So I do the workshops, and at the end, I can sell one-on-one implementations. Charge a lot so I don't get a ton of them. I could record them, practice it. Once I get the content really excellent, then I can turn it into a signature course, because I'll know it even better. I'll know what people are looking for, what questions they have, and the whole thing could be really amazing. I probably want to do it 8 to 10 times. I wonder how much I should charge for something like that. How to be an expert while still learning. Don't need to posture as the expert. Instead, frame yourself as the implementer. Translator. Co-pilot. They don't want a professor, they want a guide. That's cool. All right. Step 1, use the natural book hierarchy. Offers. No, people want that. People that will pay me likely already have a product and are selling it somehow. offers and leads are important, but everybody wants to know about the money models. What is a money model and why it matters? Attraction offers. Too much. Video workshop. Yeah, that makes sense. It sure doesn't get going very fast, but it'd probably take me like a year to get through the book.
I would say maybe 12 days
12 days for what?
to get through the book.
12 days?
No, I think you're on the right track, man.
Are you talking about 12 months?
Nope.
How would it be 12 days?
Well, you would just take a section at a time and just do your thing. I mean, I'm talking about the actual recording stuff. How you'd actually actually publish it out would take, you'd be creating content to.
Yeah, that makes sense. There'd be 12 recording days, but spread over.
Yeah, that's what I meant, was to be able to get it broken down. But you're definitely on the right track, man. I think what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to pick a publishing model as far as how you're going to do it. If you take that Megyn Kelly example and do it that way, I don't think it necessarily matters which you pick, but you got to pick a way that suits you and what you want to do, and have it and actually set it up that way, and then put all of your recordings in that format. It's called blocking. Same thing when you do any kind of a TV recording, you just block out the time.
Let's start with attraction offers.
Yeah, the first one there. First one is there, that win your money back. I thought that was a genius, brilliant plan.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. And so basically, what I would do is I would spend all this week. I'd probably want to spend a week explaining what an attraction offer is, so that when next week comes around, it's pretty clear what that is. Maybe I could just have one video on what an attraction offer is, rather than spending a whole week on it.
Well, you could spend more time on it by explaining the general principle of an attraction offer. That's how you're going to get eyeballs on your stuff. And then, because of all the models that Hormozi has in there, you could spend a video, 10 to 12 minute video on each offer, explaining it. And you could do that in the context of doing one long recording, and each offer would be a different model, a different module. So you'd do, the first section would be more of an introduction section, talking about attraction offers in general, and then talk about each specific type of attraction offer he uses, and any of the other ones that you could think of, and then have have the bullet points set up for each module, and just record the whole thing in that format, and then in post-production you could break it apart, get it ready for publication.
Good. And I could spend my daily live streams working on prepping for Friday.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Okay. Great.
Well, let's do it. Write down or define what you want to do right now. So when we finish this broadcast here, we're ready to actually start the process, and then you can get me focused on what the topics are, how you want to set up, and I can help you do that.
So what do you break it down again? What is it you want me to do right now?
Well, decide what blocking method you're going to use, how you're going to do that.
Blocking method, what does that mean?
That's what you just talked about, using the Megyn Kelly model.
Oh,
and doing that, you got to set up, because see, there has to be a format that you're creating your stuff for. If it's not defined, then you can't start, because there's no starting point. For example, if you wanted to do an introduction to attraction offers, that would be a typical blocking that you would do for all future broadcasts, or all, in a weekly section. So, for example, that first introduction section, that introduces the topic of all of the different little modules that follow that. Does that make sense?
Sure.
And so then today we're talking about attraction offers. The next one we're talking about, fulfillment or conversion or doing different things. And so the blocking method would be the first part of your 10 to 15 minutes would be the introduction part of your topic, and then each of the modules after that would be defining or talking about specific pieces of that introduction.
Makes sense. Okay. Great. So the basic idea is we're going to do Megyn Kelly's model, which is where we're going to have one large video that we live stream on Friday at a certain time, which then converts into a regular video for the channel. In that video, it'll have multiple sections, which we can release one per day leading up till Friday to build some excitement. And then from those things, we can chop up probably, 20 clips, maybe 20, 30, 40 clips that we could release across different platforms, all leading back to the YouTube video, maybe, or just figure out something to do it like that. Yeah, that makes sense. And then we would do one section per week. So, for example, we'll start with attraction offers, and then the first week would be a free giveaway. Next would be foot in the door, decoy offers, bundled bonuses, case study week. I don't actually think that's what they're called. I think ChatGPT is making some of that stuff up. Let's see. Yeah, it's making some of that stuff up. So, but the idea remains. So it looks like with a traction offer, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'd basically have 2 months worth of content just for attraction offers before we get into upsells. Which is interesting, because attraction offers is really, that's the one everybody needs to do first, because everybody wants more customers. I'm sure most people want to make more off of their current customers, but most people are probably thinking, I want more customers, which means that we'd be working on traction offers. So, all right. Perfect. That is what we need. Okay, guys. Thanks so much for watching this live stream. Be looking forward to our next video, hopefully in a week or so. Thanks.